Then as we go into your Sunday, things are going to turn cooler, but at least the cool down won't last long. Bright sunshine will have us back to 64 by Wednesday, Kristen.
All right, thanks so much, Dave. In the news this morning, in economic news, the first round of stimulus money on the way to South Carolina will be delayed. That's one of the stories making headlines in the Charleston Regional Business Journal. Now, the state is expected to get $173 million in federal Medicaid money, but because of eligibility cuts made by the state, the money hit a roadblock. Now, to start receiving the federal funding, South Carolina must restore eligibility requirements to July 2008 levels. The State Department of Health and Human Services is now working to make those changes. And as many state leaders look forward to the millions in federal dollars coming to the state, South Carolina Attorney General Henry McMaster is speaking out against it. McMaster visited the Lowcountry Wednesday, urging people to be aware of the dangers of bailing out those who have made mistakes. McMaster says, like Governor Sanford, he believes the stimulus plan is loaded with problems.
The bill that passed the Congress is a very broad, very expensive. It's all borrowed money. We're going to have to repay it all. Our children will probably be repaying it.
Now, despite the flaws, McMaster said the people of South Carolina will have to help pay the bill later on, so he says we need to accept the money now. The Attorney General also announced he will run for governor in 2010. Well, some of that stimulus money from the government may end up going right back. The city of Columbia failed to withhold enough money from its workers, and it's a mistake that goes back about 7 years. And not enough money was taken out for Social Security from employees, and now the city owes the federal government money. City leaders are recalculating the withholdings for 2,500 workers to figure out how much the workers were overpaid. But no matter how much it is, we're told the employees will not have to pay that money back. And state beaches would like some help from the White House. The president has appointed several environmental leaders to address climate change, and that could affect coastal areas of South Carolina. The mayor of IOP says that with the feds focused on climate change, there could be less of a struggle to get money for beach renourishment. ABC News 4's Sarah DeMarco has more.
The Palmetto State's economy depends in part on income generated by the state's beauty. Lowcountry beaches bring in tourists from across the country and could soon grab the attention of our nation's leaders.
Because to get the federal attention has always been a major struggle. Any program that's been federally funded has taken 5, 6, 7 years to develop.
Isle of Palms Mayor Dick Cronin excited by the thought of Congress taking a closer look. His focus, keeping the island's beaches healthy, a task that cost islanders and the county almost $10 million last June. Fronting that expense again without federal help, Cronin says, would be a struggle.
Hopefully the federal government has recognized the need to have beaches.
Coastal conservationists say they're also encouraged by Obama's environmental goals, but they want a comprehensive approach instead of a Band-Aid fix.
As a state, especially, does it make any sense for us to be building coal-fired power plants and developing on a tiny spit of sand at the end of Kiowa and in a highly erosional area, while at the same time asking the feds for millions and millions of dollars to renourish beaches?
Vincent worries resources will be more scarce as time moves on and more communities see the effects of erosion and other environmental issues. She's hopeful this Congress could have the key to a long-term strategy. Sarah DeMarco, ABC News 4.
And the Army Corps of Engineers is slated to get close to $5 billion in stimulus money, but there's a $61 billion backlog of projects. So Congress is working on the Water Resources Development Act. It's designed to get vital projects done on time. Well, some changes to the streets of downtown Charleston. The City Council voted to change Spring and Cannon streets to two-way streets. They were one-way. It's being done to slow traffic in residential areas. The council also voted to eliminate a sidewalk dining fee for restaurants. Now eateries with outdoor seating won't have to pay the fee. That was close to $1,000. And the Port of Charleston is helping truckers in the Lowcountry go green. With EPA funding, the port can offer rebates to truck owners with environmentally friendly rigs. The rebates help cover costs to add technologies that help lower emissions. The American Lung Association says it's a step in the right direction.
Particulate matter is what's released from the trucks, and the reason why it's so dangerous is it's microscopic and it's fine particles that are inhaled deeply into the lungs, and then they're absorbed into the bloodstream.
It's 5:37 now. When we come back, we'll check out this morning's top health stories for you. And if you suffer from diverticulitis, stay tuned. Grocery shopping could soon be a whole lot easier for you, especially on the snack aisle. And later, the president gives props to one of his idols.